that bunch of hilly churls? Are they holding some kind of ceremony? And what's with that pile of knickknacks? Are they worshipping them?
Seems so. That must be the Sword of Brilliant Valor, surely! Lo and behold, the Sword of Brilliant Valor.
Are you sure? Looks kinda basic to Paimon.
Seems somebody tossed an old sword into a pile of spoils these hilly trolls were already celebrating.
This is in terrible shape. I'm at a loss for words.
Say, Jack, have you ever seen an anemo crystal fly? If you saw one in broad daylight, you wouldn't bat an eyelid. But in the pitch blackness of night, its brilliant glow is mesmerizing. Is valor not the same? When everything is going your way, it seems meaningless. But when you're in dire straits, valor is the thing that gets you fired up and fighting back.
You're right. This is the Sword of Brilliant Valor.
So, we got our sword. Now we just need that shield.
There's somebody there. He's acting so weird.
Lo and behold, the shield of magnificent honor.
A chunk of scrap wood with the handle attached. Who in their right mind would use this as a shield?
There's also wine stains on it. I'm pretty sure this was just taken from a wine barrel.
Warriors wear their battle scars with pride, and shields are no different. Surely an intact shield is one that has shied away from the battlefield. Is not the broken and splintered shield the one that has fought in countless wars and lived to tell the tale?
Maybe if we ask nicely, he'll just let us take the Shield of Magnificent Honor for free. Ahem. Excuse me. Well, okay. You take it from here. He dropped the Shield of Magnificent Honor and ran.
Guys, thank you so much. I can't believe I actually found them. Mom, Dad, check out the legendary weapons I found.
Hey, wait! The wine, you promised! What are you doing here, Stanley?
Hey, what are you doing here, Bard? Fancy that, huh?
I'm starting to think Stanley might be a fraud. Did Stanley plant the sword and shield here in advance so as to not hurt Jack's feelings?
I'll get back to my, stroll now. Goodbye.
Guilty conscience much?
I must say I'm intrigued. Someone who can't let go of the past and gives up on the present instead. Anyway, I propose we take a trip to Angel's Share tonight.
Tell me, Stan. Tell me, what should I do? It should have been me. I should have been the one to die in the Melchivari that day. Why won't your spirit come and stop me from using your name? If only you hadn't had to save a rookie like me, you would have never died in that windless corner of the world.
I think our friend really did make it to the Merjavari, and I think the tragedy he encountered there was real too. But the real adventurer, the real Stanley, that was his partner, not him. The real Stanley is the one who died to save our Stanley.
Stanley, for so many years I've lived in fear. Fear that Mondstadt will forget all about you. So I tell your adventure stories at every opportunity. Mondstadt must remember, Stanley reached the center of the Merjavari, the greatest adventure there ever was, and he lives on. Stanley will never die, because I am Stanley. I am Stanley. Are you guys planning on eavesdropping much longer? Go away. Leave me in peace. Leave now. Don't make me tell you again.
I've been looking for you everywhere. I wanted to thank you again for helping me find the sword and shield. My parents are finally supporting me.
That's wonderful! So, Jack, is this the part where you bid farewell to Mondstadt and set off on your intrepid trip traversing Teyvat?
No, not yet. I still don't have what it takes to go too far from home just yet. Besides, I'm sure Stanley still has a few stories left to tell. They're what inspired me to become an adventurer in the first place. Oh, you're drunk again. We'll see you tomorrow then. After your hangover wears off, maybe you can tell me some more of your stories?
Thank you for not telling him about my secret. To be honest, my memories of adventuring and of Stanley, they're hazy these days. But the one thing I can never forget is that he died in a windless land, where his spirit can never be recovered.
Hans Archibald.
My true name? How did you know? The wind. I can hear the wind blowing in the Mare Javari. I always believed you existed.
Will you hand me your old friend's spirit?
Huh? Thank you all, and thank you, Lord Barbados. I think that I'm gonna be okay.
Ah, wonderful! Stanley reconnected with his true self and Jack can finally go his own way. This calls for a celebration! And by celebration, I do, of course, mean libation. Jack still owes me some wine, though. I'll head off to fetch the wine. Let's meet at the usual place. You made it. Finally.
So, did you at least manage to find your wine?
Yep. Well, sort of. Jack made it out to be a rare collector's edition vintage, when actually it's just a half bottle of regular cider. This takes me back. First time I saw this view, I hadn't even taken on this form yet. It was about 2,600 years ago. At that time, old Mondstadt was ruled by a tyrant who sealed off the city's perimeter with a ferocious hurricane. The Tyrant of the Winds who once ruled from that tower was Decarabian, god of storms. Back then, I was but a wisp among the thousand winds. I didn't even have a human form. My current form is not so different from the situation with fake Stanley. I took the form of a friend. In old Mondstadt transpired the story to be told, where a tyrant ruled. I met a boy not that old. The lyre he played, and for a song he sought. But storm walls blocked blue sky. He was sincerely distraught. I do so wish to see the birds in flight, said he, his strong eyes filling with light. But his voice was lost in the howling wind's churn, for the whirlwind takes and gives not in return. The true sky and songs that cageless soar, were they not wishes worth fighting for? So the boy turned, extending his hand. Let us cast down the tyrant and his walls from this land. The young boy raised then the flag of revolt, and I threw myself into freedom's tumult. Victorious were we who fought to be free. Gods fell, winds whipped, nations shook violently. In the smoke, a despot met his doom, and we watched as his great tower fell none too soon. Mondstadt began anew, the story passed down, and since then never has another worn its crown.
What happened to your friend? Now's the time you suddenly get a craving for apples? Really?
You know, you're so smart it almost makes me uncomfortable sometimes. Maybe it's right that true friends can tell what the other is thinking. Moments like this always take me back to a song that I first heard from him. Fly, fly away. Like a bird in the sky. See the world on my behalf. To the heavens may you fly.